Now let's move on to pi over 2 and 3 pi over 2. Remember these sentences well. These act like acid. They change everything. Meaning they turn sine into cosine, cosine into sine, tangent into cotangent, and cotangent into tangent. Let me explain further. First, we need to know which quadrant our angle falls into. For example, pi over 2 minus theta is in the first quadrant because here is pi over 2 minus theta is in the first quadrant. So, sine of pi over 2 minus theta is positive. Cosine of pi over 2 minus theta is positive. Also, tangent of pi over 2 minus theta is positive, and cotangent of pi over 2 minus theta is positive. And so sine of pi over 2 minus theta is equal positive cosine of theta because pi over 2 and 3 pi over 2 like acid. They change everything. So cosine of pi over 2 minus theta is equal positive sine theta. And tangent of pi over 2 minus theta is equal cotangent of theta. Cotangent of pi over 2 minus theta is equal tangent of theta. Now let's move on pi over 2 plus theta. Pi over 2 plus theta is in the second quadrant because here is pi over 2 plus theta is in the second quadrant. So in the second quadrant, sine of pi over 2 plus theta is positive cosine of theta because sine in the second quadrant is positive, and cosine of pi over 2 plus theta is negative sine of theta because cosine in the second quadrant is negative and pi over 2 like acid, so cosine converts sine. So tangent of pi over 2 plus theta is equal sine of pi over 2 plus theta divided by cosine of pi over 2 plus theta is equal plus cosine of theta divided by minus sine of theta is equal minus cotangent of theta. And finally, cotangent of pi over 2 plus theta is equal minus tangent of theta because cotangent of pi over 2 plus theta is equal cosine of pi over 2 plus theta divided by sine of pi over 2 plus theta is equal cosine of pi over 2 plus theta is equal minus sine of theta divided by sine of pi over 2 plus theta is equal positive cosine theta positive cosine of theta. So cotangent of pi over 2 plus theta is equal minus tangent of theta. Minus tangent of theta. You might ask, why does pi over 2 act like acid? Let me explain using the unit circle. Suppose this is 30 degrees or pi over 6. If this is a right triangle and I draw the triangle outside like this, and if this angle is pi over 6 and this angle is 90 degrees, so this angle becomes pi over 3. Because the sum of the angle in a triangle is 180 degrees. So when this is 30 degrees and here is 90 degrees, so here is 60 degrees. Now I write the trigonometric ratios, and if this angle is theta and opposite side of theta is A and the adjacent side of theta is B, and suppose that the hypotenuse is C, so sine of pi over 6 is equal the opposite side divided by the hypotenuse is equal A over C. Now, if here is theta and cosine of theta or cosine of pi over 3 is equal the adjacent side divided by the hypotenuse, it means A over C. So these are equal to each other. And in general, here's the angle theta and here is 90 degrees. So this angle is equal pi over 2 minus theta. So sine of theta is equal the opposite side is A divided by the hypotenuse is C. And cosine of pi over 2 minus theta is here. Cosine is the adjacent side divided by the hypotenuse is equal A over C. Or tangent theta is equal the opposite side divided by the adjacent side is equal A over B. And cotangent of pi over 2 minus theta is equal the adjacent side divided by the opposite side is A over B. So these are equal to each other. Alright, for example, sine of 50 degrees is equal cosine of 40 degrees because 50 plus 40 is equal 90 degrees. Or tangent of 36 degrees is equal cotangent of 54 degrees. Okay? So if the sum of two angles is 90 degrees, their trigonometric ratios transform into each other in this way.